Joining me today is Lucille Zimmerman, and Lucille has just written and published a delightful and very helpful book called Renewed. And in this book, she shares different ways that we can be renewed, even in stressful situations. So tell me, Lucille, what inspired you to write this book?
Well, when I went back to school to study counseling, it was very, very stressful. And I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and depression and just a lot of things in my past. And I kept hearing people say, you need to do self-care. And I kept saying, what is self-care? So the book is sort of the answer of that question, everything that I studied and pursued to understand what would help me heal.
And can you share with us some tips on how to be renewed, perhaps even in a stressful situation? Just practical hints for us.
Sure. Well, just one simple tip is a term called catastrophizing. So often people will have something bad happen and they'll say, oh no, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. And what happens is your body releases a whole different set of stress chemicals than if you were to say, I wonder how this is going to play out, or I wonder how I'm going to handle this. So just kind of your internal talk will make a big difference.
So a lot of it is just keeping things light and keeping your perspective. Is that right?
Yes, I think that we can do that. I remember one of my favorite professors. There could be all sorts of drama and upset people in the department. And I would walk in and say, oh, is this so stressful for you? And he would laugh and smile and say, I love my job, and give me a wink. And that really taught me something about how the way you can be in control of your own actions really affects how a situation is going to be handled. Another tip, a very simple tip, is this whole idea of perfectionism. And I think our society puts a lot of pressure on people to be perfect and have their act together. But really, it's the opposite. It's when we can be vulnerable and flawed and have our quirks. That really draws people to us. And so that's just another tip, is stop hiding behind this mask of perfection.
Thank you for those helpful tips. And you can get her book at Amazon and at lucillezimmerman.com, her website.
Sweet are your words, like honey from clover. Sweet are your words to my soul.